Apparently, having a newsletter is a bad idea now. So because there is a lot of crazy people out there who don't understand marketing and who haven't grown their business much in the last decade, here in this video, I want to run you through my 2023 back of a fag packet marketing strategy plan thing. And if it sounds like I don't know what I'm talking about, I don't. I'm just making it up as I go along and winging this, pretty much like all of us are when we run our own businesses. Subscribe to the YouTube channel for more craziness from someone who's got no idea on what he's doing to another that probably doesn't know what you're doing either on the basis you're watching this video. Thanks. Peace. MSP Marketing Plan 2023. Number 1, your website. Have one. Now, it is one of the only non-negotiable things that I'm going to talk about that every MSP needs. Now, once you've tackled that difficult challenge, the next steps are to include 0 stock images on your website. I challenge you to this. Now, stock footage and images are the quickest way to kill any sort of relationship you wish to build with, like your prospects and your clients. Now, it doesn't take much, like literally book a photographer, pay a few $100 or British pounds for someone to come in, bring in one of those like infinite white backdrops and shoot 13.5 million photos of you and your staff in all sorts of poses, wearing coats, not wearing coats, holding boxes, holding out laptops and iPads, fixing things, delivering things, speaking on the phone, winning new business, losing business, so being happy, being sad, so you can Photoshop rude things onto them later. Your challenge here is to shoot a full year's worth of images in one go, maybe even like a decade's worth of images. Think of capturing images for every season of the year, winter, summer, Easter, Christmas, and then think of capturing images for every part of your business process. Capture all of this in your photos. You do them well once, then you're going to have enough photos to use in your business for the next decade. Ask me how I know. Now, lastly, for your website, focus on the above the fold section, which is the bits, this part, which is the bit that appears before someone starts scrolling down. Because some stupid stat like 99% of people won't scroll down. And with that in mind, be sure that a random person landing on your website can tell you what you can help with in the first like 5 seconds of landing on your website, or you failed completely at communicating what you do. Like honestly, give it a try. Go ask a friend or a stranger to do the test. Go look at your website for 5 seconds and get them to tell you what your website really says about you. Now make sure you have a phone number clearly displayed for all to see, ideally tappable on phones and tablets so they can quickly call you. And then make sure you focus on these 4 pages because in my experience, they are the most visited pages on any MSP's websites. Homepage, about us, your services, and contact. Oh, and ideally you'll have video on these pages too, but more on that another day. Okay, so that's your website done. Number 2 is nail who your ideal clients are. Now, I don't mean we work with businesses of any size. Ideally 20 users based within half a mile of our office. I mean, I may have used that phrase once or twice in my time, and we still managed to grow to over $1 million in revenue. But if you know that your ideal client is a solicitor or an accountant, perhaps it's the MD, FD, or even the IT manager if you're doing kind of co-opted IT services, then that will make all of your marketing a heck of a lot easier. But now you can look at those specific ideal clients of yours and stalk them. I mean, analyze their habits. I mean, be their friend. Like, show up like nobody else. Like, research them, research their business, find out as much as you can about them. Go to the events that they're at, connect with them, and maybe connect with their teams on social media, drop comments on their posts, get a gym membership at their local gym, join their golf club. Like, hey Jim, fancy bumping into you here. But hey, all jokes aside, taking this approach in your marketing will result in better results than turning up at random trade shows or networking events and just speaking to everybody, obviously. Number 3, video. I know. You hate what you look like or your voice or something else, but I hate networking. So instead of spending a few hours each week being awkward in networking groups, and I made videos instead. And without getting into why you should be doing videos, I'm actually about to launch something very, very new. So if you're interested in knowing how video can be one of the biggest opportunities that you have to grow your MSP right now, then sign up for my newsletter down below and I'll fill you in with when that's ready to go. Speaking of which, newsletter. Now, I started a newsletter years and years ago and I never really did anything with it. I barely even ever sent anything. But recently I've been trying to stay accountable to myself and I've written a newsletter every single week with tips to help you grow and run your MSP. Now, when I hit the send button, I also just screenshot the graphic that pops up to say like, your newsletter's scheduled to send. And as accountability to myself, I then share that screenshot onto LinkedIn, mainly to be like, yeah, go me, I did another one, like that kind of thing. But what it's actually done is increased my newsletter subscribers by around 30 people in the last month alone. Now, I know that when I ran my own MSP, I'd love to have 30 prospects signing themselves up to my newsletter each and every month. Now, that is 30 people that have chosen to listen to you every single week. 30 people, 30 prospects. Do you understand why this is such an important thing for you to do? Your list, like your database, is one of the most valuable things that you can have as a business. Now, if you're ever looking to sell your business down the line, or if you turned around and said, oh, by the way, we also have a database of 500 local businesses who fit exactly our ideal prospect persona. That's damn valuable to them. Now the challenge is, of course, putting together information each week that they find valuable. Be it tips on getting the most from Microsoft or the Google tools they're using. Maybe it's tips to avoid getting phished. Maybe some handy tips on, hey, here's where you can look up your domain to see if your passwords are being leaked onto the internet. Like linking them to the Have I Been Owned websites, like those kind of things. So use a decent CRM. I don't care which one, just don't use the god-awful CRMs that are built into your ticketing system. They are all crap and they don't let you segment data properly. Now I'll leave a link down below to my recommended CRM systems, but just set one up and start sending regular emails. Number 3, 4, 5, lost count now. Lead gen. Now don't overcomplicate things here. Create one piece of lead gen material every month. Now that could be a checklist of 10 ways to use technology to save money. Maybe it's 10 things you're paying extra for that's already included in Microsoft for free. Like bonus points for something that's targeted specifically at your customer persona. Things like if you work with marketing companies, here are 10 tools that marketing companies use that you've never heard of before. Things like that can be really enticing to the right people. Throw it into Canva. It literally takes you like 10 minutes to put together that checklist. Put together a landing page, which is literally just a form that says first name and email address. That's all you need. Like, don't ask for their address, number of staff, company name, number of children. The more questions you ask, the less people are going to fill it in. And then share that across your social channels, like through email, on your websites. And now you can start to grow your database. And to wrap it all up, I'm not saying that the only thing you should be doing is gatekeeping all of this useful information behind an email sign up or some way of collecting their data. You should also be putting out good, useful information online for free. Like post it on social media, write blog posts, speak about it at events if you can, and once again, just show up like nobody else does. Be the one that puts out as much good information as you can. Be the one that your competitors are jealous of. Damn, I wish I could put out as much useful content as they do. Because for every business who's doing all of this kind of stuff, there are hundreds, probably thousands who aren't. Now, the next time there's an outage with Microsoft, for example, do you think that clients' existing MSPs who just sit there and kind of goes, oh, that's pretty bad, they do nothing, do you think they're going to grow? Or do you think it's going to be the one who has spent the time and effort building a list of prospects, building a relationship with other businesses through social, blogs, videos, who can send an email or a video out to their list to explain what's happened and whether it matters to them or not, and any action they need to take? I'd hedge a bet that it's going to be the one who does put in the work that wins here, and not the ones who seem to have time just complaining about how everyone else is doing their business. So I think I ran out of fag packet space there, or maybe it should have been a napkin. Fag packet's a bit of a British thing, but either way, I hope that is helpful to those of you looking for a bit of help with getting started with your marketing. Feel free to ask away with any questions you have below, and join the Discord group, which I'll have linked down below. Totally free to join. Yeah, no, shock horror. Totally free with no paywall to sign up. Crazy. Until next time, bye-bye.